Hi guys, so today we'll be going over the story of how I almost won £1,000 playing chess. So to set the scene, it was last year, but almost a year into playing chess, I picked it up over lockdown during the time of the beer bug, and I was starting to get good. I was scrolling my Instagram feed, saw this chess tournament, thought I'd join it. The winning prize was £1,000. So in the first game, I'd prepped Blackmore Demer Gambit. I'd done a bunch of theory, I'd set up my prep and everything, but in this game I didn't manage to get a black. But I decided to play c4, it's more accurate for knight f6. I had the sort of strange engine prep. Not what I play these days, but it's what I played back then. He just goes into a classic Rogozin defense. I was out of theory at this point. I was just trying to get something started. Takes, 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 takes. Sort of standard lower level play. Both kind of developing up pieces, playing okay, but not the most precise lines. Move order isn't great here. He attacks my bishop. I stand it back too far. I don't know why I wouldn't go to here. But I was just a bit nervous. I'd never played in a tournament before. I was under a bit of pressure, I can't lie. So he goes b6 trying to feed in his bishop, a logical plan. I go bishop back. He develops his bishop. I jump my knight to the middle of the board, trying to get some sort of attack going. Remember, I can go queen h4. Remember, I can go f4, get something started, start cooking. And he goes queen g5. I was like, that doesn't hit my knight. I think I'm all good. Play rook b8. Bang. Checkmated in 14 moves in the first game. Done. I thought my chances are over. Went down to my mum, told her what happened. She was like, oh, it's okay, just play the next game. And that's what I was thinking, well, yeah, why wouldn't I just play the next game? So after about 15, maybe 30 minutes, next game starts. Won the black pieces this time. And because it was a Swiss, I played someone that lost their first game as well. So this was going to be an easy game, maybe try and get me back into it. Because in the qualifiers, it's the same format, so I was a little bit used to the format at this point. So I play Sicilian defense, he goes Badler attack, I play this, blunting the bishop. You know, it's biting on granite, as Daniel Ditsky always says. He goes here, boom, d5, hit that bishop, kick it away. Trying to fiend check on my bishop, I was a dragon player. He tries to get his dark stroke bishop out, but I mean, it's a good developing square, but it doesn't see much. You know, my pieces are all active, you know, aggressively taking the center. I have a good center control, he's kind of a bit more passive here. I've almost won the opening as black. So he jumps his knight into the center of the board. I'm trying to get this bishop out of here, make it even worse. Takes, takes. I mean, I lose a knight, but my center's bolstered here. I'm perfectly happy. He slides bishop back. I attack it again. I've actually forked his pieces. So he tries to kick my knight out. I'm like, okay, move my knight back. No worries. Again, move my knight back again. He takes, I take, and my position's just great. My center is strong. I'm up a piece. It's hard to lose at this point. So I'm just playing casual, get my rook in the game. The attack's blossoming. I don't know why I played f4 here. It seems like almost a bit of a panic move, a bit of a sort of, I've got to try and attack, got to try and do something. Because he's trying to break out, but as I'm up, I'm happy to trade pieces. But even here, I get my queen in the game. Queen checks, takes a knight. He tries to attack my queen. I just slide it back, no worries. Tries to break out again. Boom, another rook in the game. Bang, queen in the attack. He takes. He just keeps gobbling pawns, but I'm on the attack here. He sacrifices queen because he didn't know how to stop mate, because obviously here, you can try to block mate with the rook, but then I take your queen. So, queen takes, rook takes, and he was in this position. My opponent only played on a few more moves. I traded, I took on h5, checked again, checked a few more times, and then found checkmate a few short moves later, winning my second game. So now I was 1-1 at this point. Still don't know if I had any shot at the title, or a cash prize at the very least. So here we go, game 3. This time I was in the white pieces again. Managed to, so again I was playing my d4, trying to get my Blackmore Demer Gambit. Here he goes d4 as well. So now I get my gambit, I go for it this time. Takes, knight c3, this is all theory. The idea is I'm going to try and sacrifice a few pawns to get a big development advantage and start rolling down, attacking. Very interesting games. I still play this to this day, but I play it out the Scandinavian. So you get e4, if they play Scandinavian, then I go into the gambit. That's what I play these days. But back then I was playing d4, I was a converted London system player. I finally grew a brain and stopped playing London systems. I started playing a nice gambit, trying to, you know, get good positions and nice centers. So here we go. This is all theory of the Blackmore Demer Gambit. Takes. Knights in the game. Yeah, this is theory here as well. Of my prep, he was pretty good, I can't lie. When I play, yeah, so I still play to this day. And then now, what did I do here? Takes back. Took the queen trade because my position's good. As you see, I have 3 pieces out. Black has 2. Weak pawn. And this pawn's weak as well. So, castles. He takes there, I'm fine, I'll just move. Jump my knight into the center, threatening the fork. He goes back. Sacrifice my rook for the bishop, very flashy. Fork. King is hit, rook is hit, can only save one, king's rival, gotta save the king, take the rook, boom, and now I'm up a rook in the tournament. It's a great position to be in. We're up in exchange because I did lose my bishop. Bishop out, moving back, just converting this game pretty smoothly, everything's going well. And I managed to get a nice little checkmate here with the rook on the back rank, with knight defended by the bishop. So at this point, now, if you're paying attention, I'm 2-1, rising up the tournament ranks. I was looking at the board, I was like, I think if I win my next few games, I should be in good stead. Next game, black pieces. Not as confident on the black pieces. I think I'm going to analyse this game a little bit more. So here we go, e5, c5, Sicilian defence. All theory. Still theory. That's actually quite funny. It's the main line for the Rossolimo, but I don't think I knew this at the time. Yeah, as you see, Zach MRD, genius he is, playing what's called the Swiss cheese defense. Yeah, if you're playing g6, you never want to play e6 as well, because there's lines where a knight can end up here and you're not in good shape. But I don't think my opponent was high enough level to find that. So I go here, hitting the rook. I get my bishop in the game. He goes d4, striking back in the center. I take, knight takes d4, get my knight out. e5, pressing into center further. He's kind of like digging the knife into me, trying to squeeze me. Jump into the middle, he takes, and even though my center is a bit weird, it's kind of clunky in a way, but it does the job. You know, I'm controlling some quite important squares here. I have something to build on. So he attacks my f2 pawn, it's defended only by the king, so a little bit weak. So I decided to do a sensible thing. Castle, I kind of have this bunker, you know, this bishop is the sniper in the sniper's nest, if you will. He goes a4, trying to maybe instigate on the queen side, trying to build his attack and maybe try and crush me on the queen side, which is quite a typical Sicilian idea, but normally it's black doing that, not white. Queen c7, just trying to put pressure on this pawn, maybe try and win that. My opponent goes knight b5, just trying to attack my queen, but this is a bit of a mistake, because after I takes, I can take the pawn here and look in the center. Solve me. Got that BBC, big black center. So he takes, blundering the pawn here. He has to move his king. Now his king's in a little bit of a weird spot. g3, trying to sort of cover up. He's like like in a boxer in the corner trying to cover up. He's just trying to build a shell around his king because all these squares are just quite weak. Rook a b8, trying to poke holes in his position again. He goes bishop f4, but again I'm up. I'm just going to trade that. I'm up pawn. Takes. Going to the full endgame. I mean, look at these pawns. I've got these doubled, isolated pawns. So ugly when I have this almost Great Wall of China set up here with so many pawns to trade and get rid of these two pawns, and I'm just going to be rolling down the board. So he just tries to cover up and defend. I'm rolling down the board, defend that pawn. He's trying to get his rook in the game, but I'm doubled up here. He's got to do that, but it doesn't defend the pawn enough. He had to drop this rook back again, but it's too passive. I can maybe understand why he didn't want to play that, but I take, he takes, I take, and pressure here again. He's got to move that pawn or defend it. There he goes. King blocks. Just go rook back. He attacks. I'm going to take that. Takes, trade pieces. I'm trying to get my king in the game now. It's endgame. Active king is very important. He knows this as well. He's trying to march his king in, but I'm just up 4 pawns. It's too much for him to deal with. Just fast forward a few more moves. I'm just rolling down the board, and after h5 check, he just realised that he can't stop this pawn. He can't stop these pawns. He's just going to have a very thankless defensive task, and the only real chance of me messing up is stalemating. And I guess after this performance, he's wanting to sort of maybe resign the game, maybe try and collect himself for the next one. So that was me 3-1. And I remember looking at the tournament standings after this game and seeing, wow, if I win my next game, I could be second. Now, I didn't have a shot for 1,000, as the winner of the tournament actually won every single game, so I wasn't going to be able to catch him because his chances I was probably going to win his next game, and due to my standings I wasn't able to play him, but I was going to play, there's a few people I was able to play, and one of them that ended up playing, if I played him and beat him I would have been second, and then that would have been £500, so the pressure was on. And if we jump into the game, there we go, d4, I was trying to go for my gambit. I think, yeah, I got the white pieces again for this game, so getting quite good piece luck. So he goes d5, again, get my gambit. I don't know why analysis is on for this, but it doesn't really matter. You can see how bad I played, I guess. Again, going for my gambit. Seen this all before. e6, pin that. takes, get my bishop out, and castles. And this was the crucial game. But the thing is, I was nervous. I was very nervous. I'd never played for £500. This is almost one of the biggest moments of my chess career, one of the biggest moments of my life. I mean, who can even say that they've played for a stake this large, you know? There was a lot to gain. I mean, I recall my mum saying that if I won this game, I wouldn't have to get a summer job. So, I mean, there was a lot on the line for me as a 17-year-old chess player in this game. He develops his knight. I try and break in the center. He checks me. I just slide my king over. He takes, and I'm thinking, what do I do here? How do I try and make a shake in this position? So I take, attacking the queen. Queen moves, and I saw the queens were lined up here, and I check with the rook. Now you think, how is that a mistake? It's because after he blocks, my knight is hit, and the queen trade's just going to come in. But then I just thought, for some reason, under pressure, I just thought I had a rook here. And I decided to sacrifice my knight, a full clean sacrifice of a knight. After he takes, there's nothing. It's just a queen trade. And for some reason, I went for it. You're not meant to trade while you're down. I traded when I was down. He took, and I was down a full queen. I played on for a few moves, trying to get some counterplay, but there just wasn't anything there. I just kept trading. The pressure was getting to me. He was trading as well. As you see, my king stuck. I'm in a horrible position. And only a few short moves later, tried to play on. Nothing here. Ended up having to take with my rook to avoid checkmate. And after this, in this position, I resigned the game, as there was nothing to play for. I was out of luck. I was out of the tournament, and unfortunately, I was out of £500. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Definitely one of the most intense moments of my chess career, and I'll see you guys in the next one.